Hello, I want us to talk about the iceberg principles. A lot is going on out there, especially when it comes to interpersonal relationships. When it comes to our workplace, a lot of things is going on out there. Now, how do we improve our interpersonal relationships using the iceberg principles? Iceberg principles is actually a very powerful principle that if we can make use of it, we are sure that we will improve our workplace relationship, our interpersonal relationships. Now, before we proceed, I want you to look at the picture you are seeing before you right now. Can you see the iceberg? Can you see it? The up is just a little bit, but the down is carried in a whole lot. Now, what does it tell us? The iceberg principle said what you see at the top, see the image you are seeing at the top is insignificant compared to what lies below the water levels. What are you seeing? You are just seeing the reactions. You see that somebody reacted to you negatively. You just see that your staff is poor when it comes to time management. You just see that your workers are not effectively productive. You are just seeing that my boss is very much difficult. You just see that my spouse is very much difficult. You just see that I can't even keep a relationship. Why am I losing relationships? You just see that despite your IQ, your degree, your master's, your PhD, and all that, you are the best person to occupy your position, but you are still struggling with working with people. That is all you are seeing at the top of the iceberg. But I want to tell you that those things you are seeing is insignificant. Why is it insignificant? Because what lies below the water levels is where the problem is. And what are the things that lies below the water levels? The value. When you look at someone, when you look at your staffs, when you look at your bosses, when you look at your relationship and is not giving you what you want, look below what you are saying. Because where the problem is not what the person is doing. Where the problem is the value. When you look below, you will see the value, you will see the mindset. Someone said that your mindset is your life set, and you will see the background. What is the value? Those things that the person believes that are most important to him in the way he walks and in the way he lives. These are his values, and that is what he lives on. So no matter what you do, no matter the environment, if the person do not consciously shape up his values, he will keep messing relationship around. He will keep creating strifes. He will keep posing to be difficult to relate with, both professionally and personally. And the last thing you will see is his background. His background. We came from different backgrounds. I have my own background where I grew up. Somebody said that if you were raised up by the same parents that raised the person, if you grew up in the same background that the person grew up, if you grew up with the same value system that the person grew up, you may behave the same. You may even be worse. For instance, somebody may say, in my culture, when you see an elderly person, you prostrate and greet the person. And some other person may say, according to my culture, we don't even greet. You can see it. Now the value, the mindset, and the background, these are the things that converge themselves together and build up what you are saying. So you see that the problem is not the action, it's not the reaction. The problem is the value. The problem is the mindset. The problem is the background. what do we do to shape up ourselves so that we can fit in any organization we find ourselves? Number one, just make a decision to study somebody else's emotions, to study somebody else's value, to study somebody else's background. Decide to look at people with curiosity. I hear people say, I'm a very good person, I'm a very nice person, I don't see the reason this person can't work with me. Oh, really? Are you a very nice person? Are you a very good person? Let me tell you that the same way you are saying you are a good person, that's the same way somebody else is saying that he's a good person. Maybe your colleague is also seeing himself as a good person. So how can you people work together even if your definition of good is wrong? That is what we are talking about. Let me break this that the real cause of relational challenges is because we don't pay attention to relational skills. We take relational skills for granted. We don't pay attention to it. So how can you work with people effectively despite their background, despite their mindset, despite their value, where they are coming from, what they live with? How can you effectively work with people? Some people are not completely mad, but some part of their brain is touching. So how can you work with them? Now it comes back to you. Remember, when you get better, every other thing gets better. When you get better, your workplace relationship gets better. Yes, it does. So you have work to do. If you can try this, study the person's value, study the person's background, study the person's mindset, and pay attention to relational skills. You will work effectively and achieve greater results than ever. That is all for today. See you on the next video. And remember, what is lying is at the tip of the iceberg is nothing compared to what lies below the water level. Bye-bye.